Back at it another day. I noticed this little thing here. Get respawn data, I think should be called like a function rather than an array. Let's just see if it helped. 1, 2, oh, comes back. Isn't that just crazy? And yeah, we've got 4. Comes back, we go again. We have 5. Um, so apparently that was 3 seconds. It felt a lot quicker than 3 seconds. Maybe maybe I'm removing it too quick. Let's just echo something out. We will say current time and then respawn time, just to see. Get respawn data. Ah, okay. So let's copy this and we'll make another thing. We'll say this has respawn data. Returns true or false if there is a key with the key of node ID in the that's fine. That's fine. Returns the time. So one of them will return true or false, and one of them should return the actual time. If this is included, we will return the time. Otherwise, we'll return -1. And this one we can use has. So we don't really care about the time here. We just care about if it's in there. And up here we do care about the time because we want to check if the time has passed. So this is probably going to be a bit closer to the 3 seconds now. Undefined, undefined. Oh yeah, this is nothing. This is not not what we are looking to do. It is gathering resources dot data dot node ID. That's what respawning nodes is just an array of the keys within the data. So we're checking if the keys has this, and then if it does, we'll return the data from it. So let's see if I click 4, 5, 6, 7, comes back, awesome, and then it stops doing it because it's came back. So let's click, it's away, 7, there we go. So what happens if I set the same one multiple times? Should expect all of them to disappear, yep, and then all of them to come back. So it feels a bit bad doing this. It feels bad having to set this in two different places. So I'm thinking when we set this, it would be really nice to know the object that it came from. Let's interesting. Apparently, if you use this from within the plugin manager, or from within the plugin, sorry, it will return the event. So let's just, after this, we'll say um, console log this. So we'll click on here, window parent, bit wild, a little bit wild. Let's see if we can find something. So specifically, this dot event ID and console log this dot map ID. Am I being lied to again? Yep, yep. Mm. I got it. I figured out what was going on. This. It's the little bit of notation here. Previously, this was just args like this. So I believe the context for this function is actually just whatever this is, which looks to be just nothing maybe. Whereas if you do the function and then pass the arguments in like this, then you are within the context of the game interpreter. So that's a bit of took a bit of learning, but now when I run this, it gives the event ID of 3 and the map ID of 1. So instead of doing this nonsense, getting some kind of ID from this, I can even get rid of the ID here and just say we don't use node ID anymore. It's a bit of an overhaul, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. No more node ID. Now, what we are going to use instead is another method on here called create node ID, and it's going to take in um, game map ID or just map ID and event ID, and we're just going to return something underscore something. It's going to be map ID and event ID. So because no map can have the same ID, it's fairly safe to just slap this as your node ID. So set respawn, we don't need the node ID anymore, but we do want to pass in this. Let's just catch it in a variable, so it's very obvious. Map ID equals this. I guess it's already obvious. I just, for some reason, I feel better about this right now. Maybe what it is a little niggling thing in my mind. If these change at some point, I don't want this content to change. So you make a little local copy and then pass that through. I don't know if JavaScript is like that, but I've definitely seen that in C#. You pass an object through to another function, thinking it's safe, and then the function, no, and then that value gets changed somewhere down the line, and it completely alters what you pass through the function. But yeah, let's not get bogged down in that right now. We'll just say pass this in like that. Let's go here. Set respawn is going to take map ID, event ID, and then we are going to get node ID from this thing dot create node ID, and we pass in map ID and event ID. So now this is still fine. And we can get rid of that. Oh, this is so much better because we just don't need we don't need to add the node ID anymore. We don't need this note tag crap at the top. And we can literally copy and paste and it should be fine. I don't know if it works right now, but eventually that'll work absolutely fine. We don't need to track the node ID like this anymore, so all this code is gone, I think. I hope. Let's see, game event. Does game event have any idea What map it's on, I was going to say. Yep, awesome. Brilliant. So, for each event.node ID, we're going to have to create this node ID. We will say map ID equals event.map ID. And then we will create the node ID the same way. Pass in the map ID and the event ID. And then we can check here just for node ID. Let's just run it, see how far it gets without breaking. We'll fix anything we need to. All right, sweet. Just keep picking this grass all day long. All right, that's so much better. That's a massive upgrade from having to keep typing in crap here. So all you need to do now to set up a respawn point is choose the type of item you want to spawn, add in the ID, and then it's done. Tell it to respawn. And then the code in the background will handle all the rest. I should probably have this plugin name at the top, not for any reason other than I think it looks better. Alright, let's have just a quick check over the code, see if there's anything else we can get rid of. Let's put in some extra stuff here just to pad it out. Resources can now be set to respawn after a number of seconds. Create an event on a map. Add whatever, what do we call them? Event commands, I guess. Add whatever event commands you wish to the event. Call the plugin command set respawn. That is all. The code or the plugin will handle hiding and showing the event. So let's try some test here. I'm gonna press the button as fast as I can just to see if I've screwed up this code. So I've got no snowgrass. I'll press the button really fast. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I was a little worried that maybe you can get in more than one click before it disappears, but it seems like it's fine. If you ever did find that that was happening somehow, maybe you pressed the button faster than I can. I think just throwing in an arrays event underneath here might be fine just to cap it off a little bit, since this set respawn will add the contents to the data to say this should be hidden. But adding an erase event right after will just ensure that it gets hidden before you can double click or anything. But at the moment, it seems like it's fine. It seems like that's not necessary. And yeah, this could be anything. You can add more here. Let's say this is iron ore, something like that. There's a stone. Here we go, this thing. Change, add one iron ore. We'll say that's item 3, I think it was. Yep. Put a couple of these around. I should probably make it the same level as the character. Uh, Important point here. That's not all the setup you need. You do need to add how long it should take until it respawns. So let's go back here. Add the to your items. Then create and I guess I should put in some help here for what this is. Item note tag. And tells the plugin how long it should take before the resource respawns. And I'll say x equals how many seconds until respawn. So again, I'm just keeping these numbers low so that I can visibly test it. So I've got 3 iron ore now. 4, 5. What else? What else? Is this done? Maybe you can do some fun things. Maybe this is an animal. And you can you can catch animals. What? Nature, that's what I'm looking. Oh my god. We'll say 4. Item 4. Yeah, 5 seconds again, just so we can test. So number 4 is bacon. This thing should be really fast and move really fast, and if we can catch it, we'll get some bacon. So no bacon. 1 bacon, okay. And what will happen when it respawns? Yeah, it just takes off again. Come on, bacon. Come on. Okay, I'm no good at chase games. So the last thing I want to test, I'm gonna add a lot of these events to the screen and see if it breaks really. See if it starts visibly slowing down. Let's put a lot of seconds here. Hmm. Okay, let's test this first and just see. Probably shouldn't have this many events on your maps anyway that are respawning, but that's not up to me to decide, I suppose. Is it slowing down yet? How do you view the, there we go, frames per second. Oh, still 60. Well, see, the code is running. The code is absolutely blasting, but the frames still seem fine. There is a bit of slowdown. Yeah, there definitely is a bit. Every time that ticks. So if you keep piling the events in, I'm sure it will slow down at some point. But so far it seems like it's fine. For anything I would use it for, I don't think I would have a billion of these events on the screen at one time. You know what? Technically, it's not just what's on the screen at one time. It'll be the whole game, right? So that is something worth thinking about. Because this piece of code, where is it? Check for respawns. It does it roughly every 1 second, anytime the map is updating. And that looks through all of the entries in the respawn, or all the entries in the data, the gathering resource data, and then sees if it should be deleting something or not. You know, I've got another way of testing this. I'll take out the console logs because often that causes a considerable amount of slowdown. Okay, I'm gonna set up an event here that will spoof adding a lot of these respawns. So I will add in a for loop. So set respawn, it's map ID, which would be 1. I've got some ideas. I don't think we're quite finished yet. So let's just go 1. The event is going to be I, and the time is going to be 999. So when I add this, it's going to pretend that there are 99,000 events. So let's see what happens. No? Um, oh, there we go. There was. Oh, that's maybe just from reloading the window. Let's see. Did I actually do anything? One, two. Maybe I do want to keep the check for respawns just to make sure it's doing something. Let's refresh. Doesn't seem to really care. Seems like it's fine still, but the change I was thinking of making was instead of having data which just holds absolutely everything, we can have data that is an object, and inside data, instead of directly holding the nodes, we could have um, the map ID. And then when we look through if something should be activated or deactivated, check for respawns will only look in the current room for the events. That might be a better way of doing this. Um, all right, let's change the time back to something normal. It seems like this is fine though, so I'm not going to add in the different day, different map checker, because it seems like it's fine. If anyone reports that it does start slowing the game down, then maybe I'll make an add-on or something for it. I want to transfer to the second map. Let's delete some of these. So this lady will just teleport us back. So the purpose of this test is to see how it reacts with hiding when it should. Well, that was pretty much immediate. Let's wait the 6 seconds until it should come back. And then we go back and it's already there. Okay, I'm happy. There are some improvements that can be made for performance, but so far even adding 99,000 respawn points, it still seemed like it was handling it no problem. So yeah, um, not bad. We did some cool things with events. So if you liked it, like the video and subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. And thanks for watching.